Well, I wanted to thank the Diamonds and give them a big round of applause for they are donating their time to be here today to honor the peace officers and this event. And they do have a tip jar out if you feel inclined. They are accepting tips, but really appreciate your support of our community and everything you guys do here for the community. And if you don't know me, my name's Brad Rasmus, and I'm here today on behalf of the Lakeport Elks Lodge as a member of Lakeport Elks. We want to welcome everyone to this event for coming out and supporting the event and our honorees, not only our honorees, but all of our law enforcement. I'm also here with our Elks Officer Awards Committee Co-Chair, Mike Bielenberg, who's helped put this event together. He's also a past exalted ruler of the Lakeport Elks. And if you're not familiar with Elks, the title of the leader is Exalted Ruler. I also want to thank our current Exalted Ruler from the Lakeport Elks, Patricia Finley, and all the Elks members in our lodge here for their support of this event. The Lakeport Elks are proud to sponsor and bring this event to our law enforcement agencies and the community, and we sincerely appreciate and thank you for being here. Most importantly, today we wish to give a sincere thanks to all of our Lake County law enforcement officers, correctional officers, dispatchers, and other support personnel for their commitment to keeping our communities safe. Our law enforcement personnel sacrifice every day to protect our community. And we also want to recognize their families. They too sacrifice tremendously in supporting those who protect us. Please give a round of applause to our law enforcement and their families. We're also fortunate to have numerous co-sponsors helping make this event happen. We want to thank both the Lakeport Kiwanis and the Early Lake Lions for being major sponsors in partnership with Elks on this event. Also, as I stated earlier, the Lake County Diamonds for donating their time to be here. I want to thank the Soper Reese Community Theater, who's also donating the use of the theater, as well as their staff and volunteers to work this event. So we appreciate the Soper Reese and all the partnerships they have in our community. They're a tremendous asset. I want to thank Sarah Parley and Mountain View Media and her partner Tiffany, who are here. Mountain View Media is taking professional pictures of the awards event, which I will be able to provide to the sheriffs and chief officers later, so they can log in and people can access photographs from the awards. I also want to thank Sam Euston from Sam Euston Productions, who sponsored the videography for today and will provide a professional video on the event as well. I want to thank the Clear Lake High School culinary class, our local high school students who made all the beautiful desserts that you see out there that are for you at no cost. I also want to thank the Soper Reese and the Arts Council for doing a bar for anyone who wishes to purchase a drink. So as you can see, we have a tremendous amount of support in our community for our law enforcement. It's among our top priorities in this county. Everything starts with keeping the community safe, so we really appreciate that. I want to recognize the chief officers that are here today. Starting with the California Highway Patrol Clear Lake area, we have Lieutenant Dan Fansler. And also today we have, and I'm sorry if I get the name wrong, Tai Vong, who's Chief of the Northern Division up in Reading, and then Assistant Chief John Pinoli, who both traveled here today to support the Clear Lake area office. And I want to thank Sheriff Luke Bingham, newly sworn in as our sheriff. Next, we want to thank Lakeport Police Chief Dale Stobie. I want to thank the City of Clear Lake Police Chief Tim Hobbs. Our elected district attorney, Susan Cronus. And our chief probation officer, Wendy Monframs. And I know many of the agencies have command staff here, so I want to thank them for being here to support it as well. I think I see Lieutenant Peterson over there. And we've got some other folks from our community, the fire chief. Thank you for being here, Patrick Wrights. And many other past volunteers and folks that have supported or volunteered or worked for our law enforcement agencies over the years. I see John Larson and Greg Scott up here, and I apologize if I don't see you, but if you're here and past law enforcement professional or volunteer, thank you. When we do the awards, the chiefs from the agencies will be the ones to announce their Officer of the Year and present their award. So when I call them up to do their presentations, they'll be making those announcements. Before we do that, I also want to thank the office of Congressman Mike Thompson, our congressman for Lake County, representing us in Washington, D.C., who was unable to be here today, but he has sent his Lake County representative, Luca Moretti, who is here with us. And following each of the Elks plaques that are presented by the chiefs, Luca will be presenting a certificate from our United States Congressman, as well as another certificate from our Assembly member in the California Assembly. We also have numerous elected local government officials with us here today. I want to thank and recognize them. Starting with the county, my colleague, District 2 Supervisor Bruno Sabatier is here. I also want to thank the City of Clear Lake City Manager Alan Flora and Councilmember Russ Kramer for being here. And if there's another Clear Lake council member, I don't see them, if you could let me know you're here. And I also want to thank Kevin Ingram and the Lakeport City Council. I'm not sure if I've seen any of those folks here, but nonetheless, I want to thank all of our elected supervisors in the county, the city councils, the city management, the county management for what they do to support our law enforcement agencies. They can only operate based on the support that they have from our government agencies who provide the budgets. So I appreciate what they do to support the law enforcement. And with that, I'm going to have Mr. Moretti make some brief comments before we start the awards.
Thank you all for being here today to support law enforcement professionals. Congressman Thompson is sad that he cannot be here with you today, but he is really excited to present and provide certificates for each and every law enforcement officer being honored today, from deputies to first responders, to dispatchers, to probation department officers. Your work is incredibly important to keep our community safe. And these awards provide recognition for each and every one of you for all the work you do, because so much of it is unsung. Sleepless nights, overtime shifts, 80-hour weeks. I know each and every one of you being honored today puts your heart and soul into serving others and keeping our community safe. Congressman Thompson will always be a strong supporter of law enforcement and be a supporter of the work you are doing. Thank you for everyone for making today's event possible. And I mirror everything Supervisor Rasmussen said. Thank you to each and every person who put time, energy, and effort into honoring the law enforcement professionals today. 31 years ago, Supervisor Rasmussen received this award. I know every person honored today will go on in their career to do great things, just like Supervisor Rasmussen has done. Thank you all for being here today, and I really appreciate all you do to keep Lake County safe.
And before we start calling chiefs up for the awards, just a reminder before you leave, please eat some of these beautiful desserts. There's plenty of them out there, and they're very good. So we're going to start the awards today with the California Highway Patrol. I'll call up Lieutenant Dan Fansler from the Clear Lake area office.
If you don't know me, I'm Dan Fansler. I'm the Lieutenant Commander of the Clear Lake area here in Lake County. And first, I would like to thank Lakeport Elks Lodge for hosting this event, and to Supervisor Brad Rasmussen for contacting me and ensuring that we made it here. He was very good about following up with me. I also want to take a quick moment to recognize CHP Northern 1, my chief, Chief Tai Vong, and my Assistant Chief John Pinoli for attending. Thank you for coming long distances to be here. We appreciate it. I'm going to start with our first California Highway Patrol Officer Brett Lambert was recognized and selected by his peers. Thank you. As the 2024 CHP Clear Lake Area Officer of the Year. Officer Lambert arrived at Clear Lake area from the Marin area in July of 2020, returning to the county he considers home. I believe he graduated from Lower Lake High School, if I'm correct. Officer Lambert works primarily the graveyard shift, a shift that focuses on locating impaired drivers and protecting our roadways in Lake County during the late and early morning hours. Over the past few years, Officer Lambert has taken on additional responsibilities and has developed into an informal leader, teacher, and trainer of the Clear Lake Squad. Officer Lambert is currently our Advanced Officer Safety Physical Methods of Arrest instructor and a field training officer for the area. Officer Lambert is the primary training officer for the graveyard shift, teaching, evaluating, and exposing our newly promoted officers to the unique challenges that you find at night working at the night shift. Officer Lambert is described by his peers and his supervisors as committed, knowledgeable, professional, and always ready to take on whatever challenge comes his way, performing with honor and integrity. Congratulations to Officer Brett Lambert, ID 2258. If you can make your way up here. Okay, on to our Dispatcher of the Year. I'm here to recognize CHP Public Safety Dispatcher Deanna Nunez as the 2024 Ukiah Communications Center Dispatcher of the Year. This honor highlights her dedication, professionalism, and exceptional performance in one of the most critical roles in our organization. Throughout the year, Deanna has demonstrated remarkable skill in managing high-pressure situations, ensuring seamless communication, and providing life-saving support to both officers and the public. Everything she does as a public safety dispatcher furthers our mission of providing the highest level of safety, service, and security to our communities. Deanna performs her duties in an exemplary manner, and her hard work helps to maintain the legitimacy of the Ukiah Communication Center's role as the communication lifeline for our community and to our CHP officers. Congratulations, Diana, for this well-deserved recognition of your work and superior service. If you make your way up here. I'm going to turn it over to Luca here real quick.
Certificate first for Brett Lambert. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes.
We good?
Next, I'll ask Clear Lake Police Chief Tim Hobbs to come forward.
Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for coming. I want to say a special thanks for Clear Lake Mayor Russ Kramer and City Manager Alan Flora for making it today. And a big thanks to the Lakeport Elks Lodge and Brad for setting this event up. We are going to start with our Dispatcher of the Year for 2024. This award will go to Taylor Eagle. Taylor's journey began in Middletown, California, where she grew up in a close-knit family. Her early years were filled with outdoor adventures and sports, instilling in her a strong sense of resilience and teamwork. These experiences laid the groundwork for the exceptional skills that she brings to her role today. As a dispatcher for the Clear Lake Police Department, Taylor has demonstrated exceptional skill and commitment. Her ability to remain calm under pressure and her quick decision-making have been crucial in ensuring the safety and well-being of our community. Taylor's contributions are invaluable, and her dedication to public safety is truly commendable. Taylor is always ready to support her colleagues and the residents she serves. On behalf of everyone here, I extend our sincerest congratulations to Taylor for her well-deserved recognition as Dispatcher of the Year for the Clear Lake Police Department. Next up, for Officer of the Year for the Clear Lake Police Department, we have Officer Hector Sepulveda. Hector was raised in a small farming town. Hector was instilled with strong values in hard work and community engagement. Hector chose a career in law enforcement to bridge the gap between the police and the community, particularly in low-income immigrant areas. His dedication to fostering trust and safety is evident in his daily work. Hector's integrity and commitment extend beyond his professional duties as he actively participates in community events. His efforts exemplify the true spirit of public service and have earned him this well-deserved recognition. Thank you for your dedication and for making a positive difference in the community.
Congratulations, Hector.
And next, I'll ask District Attorney Susan Cronus to come forward.
Well, I did not even prepare here, but I'm going to be off the cuff, just like a good DA. So, what does any prosecutor want when they're working a case? A good investigator. It is so important. That investigator is running down witnesses for trial at the last minute. They are finding you more witnesses to prove your case. We're telling them to go out, find this person, get them here to court. It is incredible the job that investigators do in our office, and I appreciate each and every one of them. But today's award goes to Denise Hinchcliffe. And I hope this was a surprise. And she has been in our office for many, many years. It is amazing how she has empathy with victims. She can talk to witnesses. She is there in court with us when we're doing major crimes, murder cases, sexual assault cases. She's there and telling whatever prosecutor is in court, hey, you need to do this. I'm going to go round up the next witness. She does everything. She has a wealth of knowledge in the law and how to deal with witnesses. And so I appreciate her so much. And I want to thank you so much for everything that you've done all these years. And hopefully, well, at least a few more. So come on over.
And next, we're going to have Sheriff Luke Bingham.
A little bit taller, so we'll see if that's going to work. I'd like to at least mention real quickly that Denise did start with the sheriff's office as a deputy sheriff before she went to the DA's office. Denise and I were beat partners back in 98, 99, 2000 before she left. So it's wonderful to see her get this recognition. First off, I'd like to start by thanking all of you for coming here. You all recognize that law enforcement as a whole is a difficult job, and some of the things that we deal with and see kind of take a toll on us. And I can give recognition within my agency at our annual awards banquets and tell our officers and our deputies and our dispatchers how great they are. And they believe that, but when they see all of you come together to thank them and remind them how good they are and the service that they provide to the community, that makes a difference to them, and thank you for that. And I encourage you throughout your day, when you see an officer, say hi to them, talk to them, thank them for serving our community. It goes a long way, it truly does, especially for me when I hear that. It means a lot. In the sheriff's office, how we select our officers, our deputies of the year, and our dispatchers is that we solicit recommendations from their peers. And then once we have all of those recommendations, we go through a committee process and kind of narrow down those deputies and dispatchers that have truly served their community and served the sheriff's office. Unfortunately today, two of mine are not here. Deputy Matt McCabe is our deputy of the year. He is with his family in Disneyland. So I understand where he's at. And then our dispatcher of the year is Justin Patton, and he has also had a previous family event that he is committed to. Both of them have gone out of their way to serve their community and serve the sheriff's office. Deputy McCabe is from Middletown. He is from Lake County, started with the sheriff's office. He is now a detective with the sheriff's office, and he is an outstanding detective and is always available to help his partners and the other detectives, and he is phenomenal at property crimes. And it's something that we truly thank him for. Dispatcher Justin Patton came to us about 3 years ago. He worked for 1.5 years with us, and then he left, and he missed us so much that he came back. And as a year ago, he started with us again. And again, he is a credit to the dispatch community. He is always willing to help the community. He is always willing to help his other dispatchers. And he is now a dispatch training officer or dispatch trainer with us and helping to bring up the new generation of dispatchers in our agency. And then our Deputy Sheriff Corrections of the Year is Daniel Pimento. Daniel's been with us for a little over 5 years. He works in the correctional facility. He works graveyard shift. He's a training officer. He's part of the emergency response team in the correctional facility, and he is also a defensive tactics instructor for the Sheriff's Office. His work, according to his peers, he is always there to assist and help others and to ensure the running of the correctional facility and the care for all of our inmates. I thank him for his service, his dedication, and his service should serve as an example to all of his peers and his partners. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're welcome. Thank you for all you do.
And next, we're going to call up Chief Wendy Monframs.
So I'm way shorter than Luke, so it has to go down. Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for being here, and I want to echo the words of everyone that's come before me. We really appreciate what the community sees in what we do every day and the connections we make with each of you. Our Officer of the Year for this award is Senior Deputy Probation Officer Michaela Knoll. Michaela is an amazing member of our team. She first started at the Sheriff's Department, and then we snagged her in 2018, and she can take anything. At probation, we one day may be arresting someone, and the next day we might helping them find a house, or we may be getting them into drug treatment, or we may be giving them a meal. And she can handle it all. She works well with kids, she works well with adults, and in the past year, she's had 3 different assignments because of changes in our organization and her promotion. So we're so excited that she's our Probation Officer of the Year, and I present Michaela Knoll.
And now we'll go to Chief Dale Stobie.
Thank you, Brad. And Mike and the Elks, I'd also like to thank you as well for putting on this fantastic gala. Also for giving me the idea of changing police of chief to exalted ruler. I love that. That's magical. I'd like to congratulate all of the recipients in the room tonight for the awards that you're receiving. Also, you should consider that in this room, you're trending higher than the National Football League, so you have that going for you as well. As an administrator, we always love when these come around, but we also hate when these come around, right? Because you got to figure out who in your organization is the one deserving above the rest. And I know I can speak for every law enforcement leader in the room. We have fantastic men and women working for us. And quite honestly, any that want to come into this profession now, they really everybody deserves an award for doing that in today's environment. I applaud them all. It was a little easier for me this year. In my organization, we kind of, my interim lieutenant and I tried to figure out exactly how we were going to do this, and we just decided, hey, let's let the people do it. Let's let the staff do it, and see what we get there. Of course, you never know what you're going to get, but in true democratic fashion, our recipient tonight was actually selected by the staff. So that goes to say a lot towards who this person is. We hired this employee in late 2019 at 20 years old and put them right into the police academy the first part of 2020. Little did they know that their academy would be held up for nearly 2 months with a pandemic. But nonetheless, they graduated in August and were thrown to the fire. And I don't just mean FTO, I mean the fire. The LNU lightning fire and the Willow fire were the first things that he got to endure in his FTO time. I wrote down a few lists of accomplishments. They are an SRO. I'm sorry, they were an SRO. They were a driver training instructor. They were promoted to police officer 2 in 2 years, which is the earliest that you can do that. In May of last year, they were promoted to a temporary assignment as our detective trainee. In that period of time, they have blossomed. They almost didn't make it here today because they were helping an outside agency with a couple of suspicious deaths. I served as a detective for 12 years, and he's in my office teaching me things on a fairly regular basis. But there was no doubt that he was going to win this award at some point in his career because he is also the Mike Thompson Public Safety Hero recipient in 2022. Our nominee for this award tonight is Detective Juan Altamirano.
You got a CRS and a certificate. You're close to the trifecta of awards. Congratulations.
And again, congratulations to all of our award recipients. Thank you to all of our agency chiefs for their words and their presentations. And again, in addition to the officers here getting the awards, I still want to thank all of the other public safety that we have out there. Many of them are out working on the street right now to keep us safe, keep this community safe. So it's very much appreciated. And with that, I would encourage you to get some refreshments. The band is going to play for a little bit longer, and I encourage people to stay around and listen to them for a little while. But other than that, really appreciate everybody being here. Thanks again for the Elks for putting this on, and also all of our co-sponsors, the Kiwanis, the Lions, and everyone else. So thank you very much.